Why thousands will be forced to leave Canada. The impact of new wage policies. Welcome back to Canada Chronicles. Today, we're diving into a major shift in Canada's immigration landscape that's raising serious concerns. Canada's recent wage policy updates are set to reshape the temporary foreign worker program, with ripple effects already impacting critical industries like agriculture, hospitality, and construction. For thousands of foreign workers, these new requirements could mean job instability, making it harder to stay in Canada, and we're here to break down exactly why. In this video, we'll explore how these policies are impacting both workers and employers, the sectors most affected, and what it means for the future of immigration in Canada. And stay tuned until the end, where we'll delve deeper into why thousands of foreign workers may soon be forced to leave the country. If you're interested in keeping up with Canada's evolving immigration policies, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss our future updates. Let's get started. Canada's new wage policies. A shifting reality for foreign workers. Canada recently introduced significant changes to its temporary foreign worker program to uphold fair wage standards. Employers must now pay foreign workers wages that meet or exceed the standard wage rate for specific roles and regions, a requirement enforced by Employment and Social Development Canada. This change aims to prevent Canadian wages from being undercut by low-paid foreign labor. Although this policy is well-intentioned, it presents challenges for both employers and foreign workers, especially in industries that rely heavily on foreign labor. As companies evaluate the costs of meeting these wage requirements, many foreign workers are experiencing increased job insecurity. For thousands, these changes could mean losing their jobs or being forced to leave Canada if they can't secure employment that meets the new wage guidelines. Canada's foreign workforce and the role of the temporary foreign worker program. Foreign workers play a crucial role in Canada's economy by filling labor gaps in sectors such as agriculture, hospitality, and construction, where local recruitment often falls short. Canada currently employs over 400,000 temporary foreign workers across various industries, with a large portion working in agriculture. However, with the new wage policy in place, industry experts predict a decrease in hiring through the temporary foreign worker program. Small and medium-sized businesses, especially in lower-wage sectors, are expected to reduce or even halt their reliance on foreign labor due to the challenge of meeting higher wage standards. This shift could result in a labor shortage, leading to tens of thousands of foreign workers losing their jobs or facing difficulties renewing their work permits. Impact of the wage policy on key sectors. 1. Agriculture. Keeping Canada's farms running. Canada's agricultural sector depends heavily on foreign workers to meet seasonal labor demands. Programs like the Seasonal Agricultural Worker Program bring in temporary labor specifically for tasks such as planting and harvesting. Foreign workers are essential to labor-intensive tasks, especially in fruit, vegetable, and dairy farms, where finding local seasonal workers has been challenging. With the updated wage policy, many farms are facing tough decisions. Small and family-run farms, which operate on slim profit margins, struggle to meet increased wage requirements without raising prices or reducing output. For instance, small farms growing labor-intensive crops such as berries, tomatoes, and apples are finding it harder to remain financially viable without passing costs to consumers. Reports indicate that many farmers are considering scaling back on hiring, investing in costly automation, or reducing crop production. Some may choose to hire only during critical periods, while others may limit the yield of certain crops. If this trend continues, it could reduce agricultural productivity, affecting both local markets and Canada's food exports. 2. Hospitality. Facing staffing shortages in tourism-dependent areas. The hospitality industry, including hotels, restaurants, and resorts, depends on foreign workers to manage seasonal tourist demand. In high tourism areas such as British Columbia and Quebec, foreign workers help maintain service quality in hotels, cafes, and attractions. Without their help, many businesses struggle to meet peak seasonal demand. For smaller businesses, the increased wage requirements have introduced significant financial strain. Many operate in tourist regions where seasonal demand is crucial for revenue. With the new wage rules, covering labor costs is difficult, especially if local hiring isn't feasible for roles that are typically low-wage and seasonal. Reports suggest that hospitality employers may reduce hiring, limit services, or shorten operational hours, particularly in the off-season. This shift could create labor shortages in popular tourist areas, affecting local economies that rely on tourism and potentially reducing Canada's appeal as a travel destination. Business owners in rural tourist areas are especially concerned, as foreign labor has long been essential to their operations. 3. Construction. Slowing down Canada's infrastructure growth. Construction relies on foreign labor for skilled trades, including masonry, carpentry, and concrete work. Given Canada's urgent need for housing and infrastructure development, construction companies require a consistent workforce to meet high demand. Provinces with booming housing markets, like Ontario, Alberta, and British Columbia, rely heavily on foreign labor to fill critical roles. The new wage requirements make it more costly for construction companies to hire foreign workers, potentially slowing down project timelines or reducing hiring. Many small to mid-sized construction companies, especially those focused on residential projects, may find it financially challenging to meet wage demands for all staff, which could slow down housing and infrastructure projects. If project timelines are delayed, Canada's housing shortage could worsen, pushing housing prices even higher in competitive markets. This interdependence between foreign labor and Canada's economic stability highlights the importance of carefully considering the effects of these wage policies. How employers are adapting to the increased wage requirements. To navigate these new wage requirements, employers are adopting various strategies to manage costs while maintaining productivity. Here's how. Reducing foreign worker hiring. To avoid the increased labor costs, many employers are reducing their reliance on foreign workers. For instance, smaller farms may hire local workers for lower demand tasks and restrict foreign hiring to peak times. Investing in automation. Some agricultural employers are exploring automation as a long-term investment to reduce dependence on manual labor. While this approach helps lower labor costs, automation is a costly initial investment, particularly challenging for small farms. Scaling back operations. In hospitality, smaller businesses are cutting back services or reducing hours to manage labor costs without affecting staff numbers. Although this approach helps them remain sustainable, it can also impact service quality and customer satisfaction. Financial pressures and cost of living challenges for foreign workers. While these policies aim to ensure fair pay, they do not ease the financial pressures caused by Canada's high cost of living. In cities such as Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal, the costs of housing, food, and transportation continue to rise. Even with the new wage standards, many foreign workers find it difficult to achieve financial security, especially if they are supporting families back home. For some, these financial pressures raise doubts about staying in Canada long term. With uncertain job security and high living costs, returning home may seem like a more feasible option. Why thousands of foreign workers could be forced to leave Canada. Thanks for staying with us this far. We appreciate your time and hope you're finding this information valuable. Now, let's examine why thousands of foreign workers could be forced to leave Canada because of these wage policies. The new wage requirements introduce significant obstacles for foreign workers on employer-specific work permits. If an employer is unable to meet the wage standards or needs to downsize, the affected foreign workers could lose their jobs immediately. Due to the job-specific nature of many permits, these workers have limited options for quickly finding new employment that meets all requirements to retain their status. For many foreign workers, job stability in Canada is essential for gaining experience needed to qualify for permanent residency. Losing a job could make it extremely difficult to secure a similar position in industries that are reducing foreign hiring. As a result, thousands of foreign workers may be compelled to leave Canada if they cannot maintain employment under these updated requirements. Permanent residency pathways. Obstacles and implications. Foreign workers often depend on Canadian work experience to apply for permanent residency through programs such as Express Entry and the Provincial Nominee Program. However, with job opportunities shrinking in certain sectors, it's becoming harder for foreign workers to meet the experience requirements for these programs. For those who arrived in Canada with the intention of eventually securing permanent residency, job instability is a major setback. If they can't find consistent employment, they may lose their path to permanent residency and the chance to settle in Canada. Solutions and proposed adjustments to support foreign workers and employers. To address these challenges, industry leaders and policymakers are considering solutions that balance fair wages with economic needs. Potential solutions include: 1. Sector-specific wage flexibility. Adjusting wage requirements by industry could reduce the burden on sectors facing the highest labor shortages. 2. Government subsidies. Targeted subsidies or tax incentives could help essential sectors such as agriculture offset higher labor costs. 3. Expansion of PR pathways. Expanding permanent residency options for impacted foreign workers would support labor stability in key sectors. 4. Reskilling programs. Reskilling programs could help foreign workers transition into high-demand fields like healthcare, technology, or renewable energy. 5. Temporary exemptions for high-impact sectors. Introducing phased wage increases for sectors such as agriculture and construction would provide time for businesses to adjust. 6. Enhanced support for small and medium businesses. Financial assistance or grants for SMEs could help them meet wage standards while retaining foreign workers. As we've seen, Canada's new wage policies are reshaping the landscape for foreign workers and the industries that depend on them. These changes are pushing many employers to adapt quickly, and for thousands of foreign workers, the stakes couldn't be higher. The agriculture, hospitality, and construction sectors are all feeling the impact, and Canada's labor market is shifting as a result. Thanks for watching today's episode of Canada Chronicles. We hope this deep dive has helped you understand the evolving dynamics of Canada's immigration and labor policies. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated on the latest developments in Canada's immigration landscape. We'll see you in the next video.